stop for a bit of a breather. Although, it's hard to have a breather when you can hear guns going off so far, so close to me. And the advantage of coming back time and time again. It's very unnerving. There's some gorgeous oaks that follow this path. Crikey, it's a bad time to be a pheasant right now. Welcome to the vlog, everyone. I do apologise about the road noise. It really bugs me. But this is just the reality of where I'm shooting. I'm right next to a very busy road, and there's just some gorgeous oaks here. This is obviously fallen down. I'm not entirely sure if this is an oak or it might be a beech tree. Not entirely sure. I think it might be an oak. But yeah, I just like the way that your eye gets led in from the left, and then the tree sort of fans out and feels the top right hand frame. A little bit of sky in there, but we have got mist this morning, so I am trying to minimise the sky by shooting at slightly sort of mid-range. Oh, I'm around 40mm. I was shooting wide with 16 to 35, but I didn't like the way it looked. There was too much sky, so I've come back a little bit and sort of got a little bit more elevation and pinched in a little bit tighter to try and clean up this foreground, because the foreground's quite messy. But it's just lovely. There's loads of textures, there's loads of colour. There's nice bits of frost on top of the tree, and then we've got the mist, and it just softens that background and holds back that sky a little bit. I'm shooting f/16 ISO 50, and I'm around a stop and a third underneath what my light meter is saying because of them highlights. I don't want any specular highlights in my scene. And it's saying I'm blowing out the shadows a little. My shadows are going into black a little bit, but I ain't worried about that. This Sony A7R4 is more than capable of lifting 3 stops out of the shadows comfortably with no noise, so especially at ISO 50. So yeah, not a bad little composition to get me started. I'm going to continue on my walk to a section of the woods that we went a few weeks ago, or I think it might be last week that I did with Damian, because there's some images there that I spotted that would be amazing with a little bit of fog and mist. So yeah, not too bad. And I'm shooting f/16 because I want all-in-one shot. I want the tree that comes in from the left, I want that sharp right through, so that's why I'm shooting f/16. So I came to this area a week ago with Damian, and I noticed these trees. I didn't actually notice this one here. It's absolute gorgeous oak, but the scene down yonder is just unbelievable. There's a tree down there. Oh my word. I'm speechless. I need to get down there ASAP because I'm really worried that maybe this mist might change or move. And I am quite lucky we're in a valley here, a little bit of a dip. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it's going to stick around. But yeah, oh, looks insane. But everywhere you look, there's just compositions everywhere. I've got stunning oaks all around me, ancient, like hundreds of years old. Beautiful trees, a lot of them are dead. I've got muntjac deer. I don't know if I think that's a mating call, or I'm not sure if that's just how they communicate. A bit worrying if it's a mating call. I actually do think it is. Or it's probably a warning noise, because obviously I'm quite close. Quite bullshit really, considering they're only that big. Come on, let's go and shoot these gorgeous oaks in these amazing conditions. So that was eventful. Turns out them oaks that I was trying to photograph, and I didn't obviously know there was a pen there that their pheasants were in. It just so happened to be doing a shoot Saturday morning, which the gamekeeper told me they never ever do. But yeah, what lovely people. I know they get a bit of bad press, but at the end of the day, got to work together. And this is a privately owned wood, so it's very nice that the landowners let the general public use it. Pretty much go anywhere in this woods, and it is the largest woods. Just so happens to be the oaks that I found are right on the corner of the pen. They're not inside, so I'm not actually inside the pen disturbing the birds, but I am obviously on the corner. And they were coming down as I was sort of on the corner, so I had to sort of go round. And now I'm back round the back of them. So the gamekeeper assured me that, one, I'm not going to get shot because I'm wearing a bright red coat, and two, I'm behind him now. So, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, they were very nice, and I don't mind being nice back to nice people. So I'm going to try and make my way back to where I was and shoot some oaks. Obviously just slightly back from where I was, because the oaks that I left you last, they're quite hard to shoot. You need a bit of elevation, so it's quite difficult. But I did take a shot. I didn't film any of it obviously because I got interrupted by the beaters and I interrupted them, so I did manage to fire off a quick shot, a cheeky one, because I couldn't pass up this mist. But it is hanging around, it is really still lingering, so fingers crossed we get something. But yeah, them guns was close as I wanted to be, and there is someone coming back now. So right, let's go. Let's pack up, find something else. Stop for a bit of a breather. Although it's hard to have a breather when you can hear guns going off so close to me. Pretty sure I'm okay. There's a tree here. Let me see this tree. This big one here. I've shot it last week actually, in last week's video, so you would have already seen it. So I better put two comparisons up now, giving you an idea of what the different conditions can do for your images and the advantage of coming back time and time again. It's very unnerving. Crikey, it's a bad time to be a pheasant right now. Right, let's get going. So I'm shooting with the main tree, the one that had the bark stripped off it, the oak tree, sort of in my, just off centre to the left. And then I've got a lovely tree that sort of forks like a V, quite low down off the ground. And then the path goes around, again it goes around the back, as you would have seen from my last video. This is the first time I actually shot the exact same composition, well, roughly. F16 ISO 50. I'm shooting a stop under because I want to retain that little bit of sky, the highlights in that sky behind. And then I've got a tree on the left, which is, I'm just putting a little gap between it and the green beech tree in behind, because if I move more to the right, then I lose the path a little bit. And then I do hide the green beech tree in behind, that oak on the left, but I do think that a compromise here is trying to stay more central. Using that path is an added, I think it adds to the image rather than takes away. And you get a lovely bit of light happening in behind, in that sort of bowl that's, the three trees are sort of on the corner, in behind, in the middle. Nice sort of ambient light, and that mist really helps soften everything. So yeah, I am getting a little bit of sky in. There is cloud moving, I think it's moving over that way, so I might hang around here for a little bit, but let's come behind the camera and I'll show you exactly what this shot again, and you can see why I've come back to it to try and improve on the conditions from last week. So here we go, here's my scene. The image is very bright at the moment. It's not like that. I am working the stop under, it's like this, just to retain these highlights. So I'll just increase the shutter speed a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. This tree on the left here was the one we was just mentioning. There's a little gap there behind, in front of the beech tree to its left. That's creating depth and making the image feel 3D. The images that we look at, the scenes that we see with our eyes, are obviously three-dimensional, and an image turns it into 2D. So try and do your utmost to try and bring that three-dimensionality, that's a big word for me, back into your images. And by creating a bit of separation here and not hiding that tree half on behind is doing that. Here's the path that runs in, you can kind of see it bending in. I don't think your eye's going to zoom off to the right. And this tree here is just stunning. The bark, the textures. So I'm focusing on that tree, F16's making everything nice and sharp. And the mist is softening the background naturally for me, which is very important. And then you can see that just behind here, this is the glow. These three trees are sort of all hiding, and there's a glow in behind, which is obviously being created by the mist and the light that's coming in from above. So it's a very nice image. I love the composition. I love the trees and the textures, and just the whole way the image feels. And I do think this is an improvement on last week's version of this shot. So I really hope this makes sense. I hope I've explained why I'm taking this shot again and why I feel like I can take it better. And I hope you agree that this is a better version of last week's shot. Well, I say better, it's different. it's completely different, for obvious reasons. I'm just going to shoot another frame again, stop under, because the light is changing very subtly. The mist sort of comes in and goes, and that cloud that's kicking in above is sort of moving around. It would be great, absolutely great, if there's a little bit of blue sky that I could get rid of there. But hey ho. Just check our frame, make sure we are happy with the sharpness, make sure we're happy with the composition, which I am. This lens is extremely sharp in f16 right across the corners. Yeah, it's just a lovely image. Right, I think I'm going to end the video there. How weird, I've ended the video in the same place for the last 2 weeks. But it just shows the importance of coming back time and time again. When you familiarise yourself with a location, I do feel like you can go back with sometimes a clouded vision, because you think you know what you want, but if the conditions kick off like they have today, or at least better than what they were last week, then I know that there's something else that I can add. I know where the trees are, I know where the paths are. Do apologise, the shoot is still going on, but they do sound like they're getting further away, which is always good. But yeah, back to this image. I do think it's a lovely image, and it would be a good composition to shoot through the year. Snow, spring, maybe in summer if it's early and the light isn't so harsh, then ferns will be up nice and high and green. So yeah, I do think this is a nice image to finish on the video. So yeah, like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Ciao. Stop for a bit of a breather. Although it's hard to have a breather when you can hear guns going off so close to me, and the advantage of coming back time and time again. It's very unnerving.